Hey guys, Jacques here from the Vans Backyard Farming on the east coast here of South Africa, and today I just wanted to talk about bartering and how that all happens. Although this wasn't a barter trade that happened, our friendly neighbor, and I just got to show you this, our friendly neighbor SMS'd me up this morning and handed us over some wonderfully awesome home baked cookies for Palm Sunday. So today is the 10th day of lockdown here in South Africa, and it's Palm Sunday as well. So just the awesome neighbors that we ended up having, or that we have here at our backyard farm. Let's talk about barter and how that all happens. As you know, we've got some chickens and we've got greenhouses growing, and the word starts getting out, or you start talking to friends and friends get to know what's going on. I thought this as an illustration. With 6 simple eggs, you get to start bartering, and it's amazing what you can get with that. So we get a weekly supply from a friend of ours down the road of some awesome avos from their avo tree, and then that same friend of ours has a beehive, and that is just absolute gold. I've got a lady at my office who then barters with me as well, so we got some marmalade jelly here as well, and traded and bartered that with some eggs. So we needed some marigolds this week, and obviously all the nurseries are closed during the lockdown, so we put it over to our friendly neighbor, and they wanted some eggs, and we traded them some marigolds, and they wanted some worms from our worm farm because they wanted to start worm farming as well. So we traded some worm farms and some eggs for some marigolds. This is the most exciting one for me, is this vanilla orchard or vanilla plant, vanilla vine. Going to give us wonderful vanilla pods at some point, and we're going to plant this, and we'll cover that in another video. This is all the kind of stuff that you start getting from bartering, and as it goes, we'll capture that and we'll cover that in videos as we go along. You've got to try this, it's really cool, and when you don't have to pay for something and you get to barter it from something that you have in excess, or that you've got a commodity that you can trade, it's really cool. Drop me a comment if there's stuff that you barter with people in your community. I'm keen to hear what type of things people barter out there.
The other day I was telling you guys about that bucket, and I planted the bucket up here because the soil was really bad. There's the other one over there. So there's our bucket. Directly down, I'm busy putting some steps in here, and look what I just found. Look at that size of that earthworm. And I promise you, the soil was terrible. And now we've got earthworms just growing in the ground here. So I'm going to put those 2 back in the soil. Here's our first staircase leading up to the second greenhouse. So I'm just busy preparing that. But I thought you might find that interesting. There's 2 beautiful earthworms there. Look at the size of those. Absolutely brilliant. Hey guys, Jacques here again from the Vans Backyard Farming, and today we're going to harvest some beans. We've got a bright tonight, and wife was looking for some beans, so I'm just going to pick 30 because that's what we're needing. But I just want to show you some of the size of these. So there's one of the first ones. Check the size of that bean. I don't think you've ever seen a bean that size. As you can see, these are on the bush beans. Look at the nice, beautiful beans that we are able to harvest here. This running bean is such a good one. You definitely got to plant one of these. And as you see, we've got the string. It runs all the way up here, so we've still got plenty capacity to be able to go across and come down, and that's the same one all the way. That's our harvest for today. That's what we're gonna have tonight for dinner with a bit of a braai. I showed you the cucumbers the other day whilst we were in here, and as you can see, there's a problem. I didn't pick it up early enough, and if I remember correctly, this is some yellow leaf disease or something. Anyway, really what it means, it needs some magnesium. So we have, I've put some worm tea on here, and we'll put some Epsom salts in a bit later, and hopefully that does the trick. But luckily, got plenty more seedlings waiting to go into the ground. And as you can see, beans as well, making sure that whatever we pick, we've got enough to go back into the ground. And that's really what you got to get into the habit of, is what you take out the ground, you got to put back, because that's where we need to get to as humans. We've got to become producers instead of consumers, and that's what we're trying to achieve here on this little backyard farm. And I encourage you to do the same, and let me know what you've put in the ground. It's so important that the whole family has a buy-in to whatever it is that you're doing, backyard farming, homesteading, because it's if they don't, you're pulling in different directions. So it's so important, and so I just want to encourage you again on that, is that make sure that it's a buy-in from everybody. So proudly, I just want to show you something that our kids got up to today whilst mommy and daddy were working out in the garden. The kids felt necessary that we label our different tunnels. So this is greenhouse 1 from now on, and just a little bit up here in the next one. Well, you guessed it. Wait, suspense. There we go, greenhouse 2. So yeah, it's so important that that's what the kids get up to, and or that the kids have this buy-in, because it just makes things so much easier. So whilst mommy and daddy were working in the garden, the kids were laminating signs, which is really cool. And this is one of the things that mommy and daddy got up to today, and we're just creating a bit of a step walkway. So this is work in progress, because this is back-breaking stuff. So yeah, a bit of work in progress, and this is where we're going to put another gate. I don't know if you can see it from here, but yeah, we're going to put another doorway in here, put a pole up here, and just sort this rest of this fencing out on here, so that this becomes the second greenhouse, another 50 squares that we'll eventually have under shade cloth. And like I've said in a previous video, we'll probably put mealies or some pumpkins in here. But yeah, that's one of the next projects we'll get done. And I just wanted to show you those cool signs that the kids made. It's just time to fetch the eggs. End of the day, just clean up here nicely next to us, next to the chicken coop. And okay, so now we've moved from nesting box where they were all the time, and then we put that one egg in the second or the middle nesting box, and now everybody's laying eggs over here. But the most important part, they're laying eggs. Unfortunately there's only 6, so I suspect 3 ladies are laying somewhere in the garden. So we'll have to do a bit of a Easter egg hunt, the real kind Easter egg hunt. We'll make it nice and exciting for the kids. But yeah, we're gonna have to try and find those eggs. That's it from us today. All the best. Look after yourselves. Look after each other. Take care. Cheers. Bye.